Hello, hello. What's going on? How y'all doing? We are streaming on Facebook, Clubhouse, and YouTube. Hello. And I am Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills, super excited to be here with you. And we are going to ask you to invite some people, no matter where you are. Invite some people who you know may need some extra encouragement. We are going to help them move forward on this evening, honey. We are going to show up and show out because that's what it's all about. Yes. Hello. Yay. I was inspired to do this because I recently, like tonight, was on a meeting and um a lot of us ladies who were there, we were talking about the fact that we feel stuck. We feel, even to the point of some things have not gone right in our life and business lately. We feel like we are pressing and things aren't moving. But guess what? It is all good. It is all good. And so tonight, I want you to make sure that you are in a space and a place where you can take some notes because I know that God is about to download some things. And shouts out to the fact that we can replay, right? Because shouts out to Clubhouse. They got replays tonight on different, hopefully, everybody has the ability to have replays on Clubhouse. We all know that is new, that is huge. And so I just want to, the first thing I'm going to do is to pray. That's just where I feel led to pray. So, Father God, we just thank you, Lord. We thank you for what it is that you are doing in our lives and our businesses. Lord, we just thank you for showing up, showing out, God, and that even when we are not even understanding, when things are above our understanding, God, that you make the crooked ways straight. Lord, we just thank you for what it is that you're doing, how you're doing it, and how you continue to just bless and keep us. In the mighty name of your son, Jesus, amen. Amen. Yes, that is big. That is big that Clubhouse has replays. So, listen, one of the first things I want to talk to you guys about being stuck is that you have to, for one, admit that you stuck. You got to admit that you stuck. You can't keep pressing on. That's like if you were driving a car and you kept pressing on and the car was not going anywhere, you're going to mess up your car like that. You are going to mess up your car by you being stuck and you pressing forward on the gas. Sometimes you have to reevaluate what you are doing so that you can show up in what it is that you are supposed to do. You have to be able to say, honey, I am stuck and I need help. Because if not, then you're not going to be able to be on the place and space that you need to be. You are not going to be able to have what you need to have and have the help you need. So, therefore, you have to admit it because we don't have to know everything. All we have to know is that we are stuck when we are in that stuck place. The second thing I would encourage you to do is to look and see who can help you. Look and see who your village is. Look and see who has the answer to your prayer, the solution to your problem. Look and see who has the knowledge that you need, whether it be mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, or physically. Look and see because I'm sure that you have people who are inside of your life and business who can help you move. The third thing that I would encourage you to do is to look at how far you have come. There are things that you have done before that you need just another little push to go further in. So look and see how far you have come. Look and see what it is that you've done before that you can take upon and redo. Look and see what you can just dust some things off and say, come on here, let's go. Look and see what you have in your arsenal that you've done before, whether if you're in a financial position that you need to make money, then look and see what made you money before. Look and see where you have gone through and that you really need to elevate from. Look and see what it is that you have, that maybe you have a course that you've been sitting on, or maybe you have a book that you can sell. Maybe you have a coaching thing, that program that needs to be launched. What is it that's in your hand? What is it that you can do right now to get from where you are to where you need to be? Look and see who your running partners are, right? Not we didn't just need running partners for the club. We need running partners for our business. So look and see where that is. Look and see how we can elevate from where it is that we need to be right now. Look and see what the goal is that you need to reach, and then get to work, because when you are moving forward, there are things that you have to know that you don't know. There are people that you have to connect with that you don't know right now, that you have to literally show up and be in a space and place for. There are things that you have to be willing to do, and there are things that you just have to shake off. Like, listen, I can't be over here right now because I'm going over there. I can't be listening to this type of song that you singing about what you don't have, because I'm literally concentrating on what I do have. You can't be in a space where you are taking on everybody's issues. You have to be able to say to that negative Nelly, or to that person who is, or Nelson, negative Nelson, you have to say, you know what? I can pray for you in that area, but I can't listen to that no more. Because when people start singing their songs, and you know the person who you have in your life who has been there and singing that sob song continually, you have to be able to move from that space, because your environment will change you before you change it. So if you're in an environment of 5 people who are saying negative stuff about their life and business, guess what? You're going to be the 6th. But if you're in a room of people who is saying positive stuff about who they are, where they're going, who they are growing to be, then you'll be the 6th. So you have to be able to say, we are showing up and we are showing out. And sometimes it takes for you to make positive investments in mind, body, spirit, and even finances for you to get. Everything is not free. Everything is not free. But when you make the proper investment, then you are able to solidify this even the more. You are able to move. And if you don't have the money to make the investment, I get it, child. Listen, you can definitely start doing things. Like, start figuring out what can you sell. I was speaking to somebody earlier, and she was saying that normally around this time of year, she normally has like some soup that she makes that people pay for. Or she'll have some like a different sale. What is it that you can really navigate through? Maybe you are somebody who even like can drive somebody's kids, pick them up after school. You don't know what can be, or babysitting service, or childcare, whatever. If that's what you can do it. Do not allow anybody to really take upon your skill set. Meaning that don't sit out here and let somebody else who has the same skill set make the money that you need to be making. If you know that you make some good old sweet potato pie, child, it's Thanksgiving coming up. You better get out there and make some sweet potato pie. If you know you can make some good pumpkin pie, now I like sweet potato pie, but if you can make some good pumpkin pie, then you can go out here and sell the stuff. If you know how to do somebody's hair, you know how, even Thanksgiving meals, you know how to make a Thanksgiving meal, sell something, do a pre-order, and say that for whatever amount of money you want to charge, you can do somebody's Thanksgiving meal. If you know that you're in a space that you know that you can wrap some gifts, child, Christmas is coming up, wrap some gifts. Whatever it is, look inside of what it is that you do, and don't take it for granted that you can actually do these things, because everybody can't do it. If everybody could do it, then we wouldn't need you, but everybody cannot do it. So when you feel stuck in your business, sometimes you got to look outside of what it is that you do in business and look at your other skill sets so that you can stand up and get it done. Because at the end of the day, your business is whatever you can do. Like, some of us have a good old, like, I speak very well, I'm able to market people's businesses. Folks like that. So therefore, I'm able to get out here. I will be your marketer if you pay me to do that. And so, you got to look out and really look at what's in your hands. Sometimes if you educators, you can get out here. What are people's children going to do during Christmas break? So you can start having a program where people could come and put their kids on Zoom, or however, if you want to feel comfortable in doing it in your city, whatever, and take kids to sit on Santa Claus' lap. I don't know. I'm just thinking what else we can do. You have to be creative, and you have to say, this is what I'm doing. If you have a good camera, you want to do some headshots, start doing that. Start like being out here. If you know that you have a skill set that people will pay for, then don't just show up in what it is that you do. Think beyond that. Think and be creative, because we are creative people. So whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing in life and business, then you need to show up and do it. Get you a side hustle. You want to drive Uber, you want to do DoorDash. Some of y'all live in real big cities where they got Uber, Postmates, DoorDash, and everything else, and you have a good car that can take some traction, go do that. There's no shame in your game. If you feel stuck in your business, sometimes you got to step outside of that business and do the things that you know you can do. Use what's in your hand, in your garage, child. Don't just be sitting stuck inside of a business if that's not what you need to do. If you, yeah, somebody said they're doing DoorDash now. Y'all better go ahead and get that done. Stop playing. You know you need to make money. You might have that gift of gab like I do, and you might meet somebody in your DoorDash that you have the best customer service. Child, they might give you, it's close to Christmas too. They'll give you a good old tip. There are gonna be people who are going to be looking for folks on Christmas and on New Year's and on Thanksgiving, because we don't cook. We, I say we don't cook. So we're gonna be looking for good meals that y'all can go and pick up. And then you probably get an even greater tip because it's the holidays and we know you out here working. So, you got to be thinking about that. And there's no need for anybody to be stuck. And yes, like Natasha said here on Facebook, she said, it's okay to get that 9 to 5 to obtain what you need in your business. It is okay. Don't let nobody shame you for what you need in your bank account. Because listen, when my money gets funny, my change gets strange, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at what I could do, how I can move. I move a little bit differently than most people, so I have to have more flexibility. But I know there are companies hiring out here. There are companies doing it. When you feel stuck in your business, look at your transferable skills and see what you can do. And when you move forward in your business, it's okay, because your business should be holistically all your skill sets. What have you done in the past to make your business happen? What kind of skills? What were you known for in school? Were you known for being a cheerleader? Were you known for being the debate champion? What were you known for? Those are skills that you can bring in. And so when you feel stuck in business, you might have to just look out beyond the box, and it's okay, because we are in the gig economy right now. It's called the gig economy, if y'all have not heard of that. And it is something where people are literally doing gigs out here. Now, listen, I am going to the dictionary because y'all know me who know. Gig workers, I'm going to read this, I'm going to tell y'all this. So, gig economy, a labor market characterized by the prevalence of short term contracts or freelance work as opposed to permanent jobs. That's a gig. You working a gig. Gig workers are independent contractors, online platform workers, contract firm workers, on call workers, and temporary workers. Gig workers enter into formal agreements with on demand companies to provide services to the company's clients. And so, as we look at this and we look at what the gig economy is, then there are things that you can take up and do. You got skill sets. You need to dust that stuff off, whatever it is that you sitting on, those credentials and all kinds of stuff. I do believe that visibility plus credibility equals cash. So if you're around me, you definitely should be looking at what you should look at. As far as the credibility and the credentials that you had, dust that stuff off and understand. And this says thriving in the gig economy. 4 things you need to know. And I feel like some of y'all need to be freed on today um from other people's like perspectives and thoughts of you, because they're not paying not one of your bills. You cannot pay one of your bills on the opinions of others. And it says the first thing we realized when we began interviewing independent consultants and artists was that the stakes of independent work are enormously high, not just financially, but also existentially. Unshackled from managers and corporate norms, people can choose assignments that make the most of their talents and reflect their true interests. They feel ownership over what they produce and over their entire professional lives. And this one person said, I can be the most I've ever been myself in any job. So, you want to be able to protect your freedom in your bank account. And, that's important. So, as we begin to really think about this thing, we look at the gig economy and we look at how you can piece things together sometimes to even create a new business. Then you want to be looking at that. And I want to encourage you because, some of y'all need to be doing voiceovers. Some of y'all need to be content creating. Some of y'all need to do different things. And as we look at what it is, gone are the days where we could just have one paycheck, two paychecks. We got to have 7 streams of income in our lives. And that does not mean do all these things, go out here and do all the stuff. But we have to be able to really take it upon ourselves. And like I said, if you have my book, Click the Cash, if you don't, go to clickthecashnow.com. Again, clickthecashnow.com and you can do it. And Tiasha over here on Facebook said she did too much. She said, I did hair, bake cakes, food programs, and cooked other dishes. All of this goes together though. The bake cakes and food and all the stuff. You could create a meal, child. You know how to make dessert and dinner. You better cook some of the meals and put a price tag on it because y'all, Christmas dinner, people don't want to be slaving over Christmas dinner like that, right? And so if you know how to cook, this your time, child. We eat. We eat. And I don't know about y'all, but we have definitely in my family gone to restaurants and gone to different places on Christmas and on Thanksgiving because we don't feel like doing all that work. And so as you really step out here, and then there's some, we all gotta eat. DoorDash is in business, honey. And that's the thing. So as like there is so much money out here in the world, and we have to be really clear that we are making money inside of, yes, Tiasha said her daddy used to get the turkeys. Yes. Yes. And we, when you feel stuck in your business, fry the turkeys, yes. Fried turkeys is good. When you feel stuck in your business, then you need to go out here and make a difference in your bank account. You need to realize that there's not just one way to make money out here, right? You have a skill and a gift. Like even myself, I could really honestly probably be doing PR and HR for companies. I have degrees in both areas. And I don't do those things, but if I wanted to make more money, I could. And we have to look inside of what it is. I know that we want to be a certain thing. Your business and your brand stands for whatever it stands for. And that's great and amazing. But if you need money and you don't have money, sometimes we got to put down our egos and pick up that paycheck, whether it be from a different company, whether it be from a different skill set, whether it be from wherever it is. We have to do those things. And y'all hear me say we because I have great money goals. I got things I got to do. And so as we begin to just really think about that, don't let nobody shame you for getting the money you need. Don't let nobody like take advantage of the fact that you feel like you can't get your money. Just get out here and do the things and really stand up. And we could cry for a little while, but after that little while comes, we got to get into action. We got to do the things that we have been called and cultivated to do. And so, one thing I know for sure, I want to be able to help more people to really look inside of what it is that they have and take it to the next level. So, I want y'all to go to workwithstevie.com if you're really serious about getting some help and getting these skill sets together. Yes, there is an investment to go to have the help that I can offer, but you never know. I might be able to offer you something different, or I might be able to offer you. You never know what you might be able to do. I'm glad. I was praying that sis come up in here. So, girl, Sharmella is here. Hey, Sharmella, and y'all can come. We are on Facebook. We are on where are we? Facebook, YouTube, and Clubhouse. What's up, Sharmella? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, darling. We're talking about the gig economy, and well, that's where God led me down this whole thing to talk about the gig economy, and really utilizing the Bible said, "Use what's in your hand," right? We are using these things so that we can help people to make even more money in their life and business. Yes, Tiasha, girl, we about to do some things. She said, I can't wait to get in the position to work with you again. We about to really help some folks because God is showing me like we're gonna do some free trainings. Y'all just have to show up. Sometimes you just have to do time. Sometimes, listen, everything is not about money. I might need somebody to type something up. I might need somebody to do something, and you could get that in exchange for your coaching program. We're gonna see what the Lord does, but definitely. So I know that you are passionate, Sharmella, about this whole thing of being moving forward and having a plan. So I'm gonna yield my mic to you.
I think people are beginning to realize the importance of having a plan. Because I've been saying a lot lately, the pandemic really exposed the fact that people didn't have a plan, and not just a plan for how to build and scale their business, but people didn't have life insurance. People didn't have, and it was just kind of a very large exposure. We've been in a season of exposure where it's like there are way too many people that don't have what should be kind of a base level thing in their lives. And then if something happens in business or in life and you don't have certain things in place, then your life is harder than it actually has to be, especially when navigating through particular things. So I've just really been, it's what God called me to. And I feel like it's definitely pivoting into something else, because the necessity of it, like I need to have bigger, not just one-on-ones, but there has to be more of a group kind of coaching thing, because we need to have this stuff, and we don't learn it because our parents didn't learn it, so they don't teach us, so a lot of our kids go to college and come out of college in debt and not knowing how to balance a checkbook. Like they go into college and get a degree, but they don't know how to handle day to day simple things um, in terms of budgeting or creating different things that are going to be almost like an emergency fund for them. We don't invest. We don't get stocks. We don't get bonds. We don't get Roth IRAs. You know, we don't even trademark our businesses. And this season that we've all been navigating through together is one where people are beginning to realize I can't move forward in my life unless I have some kind of plan. Like our family, um, our family needs to have particular plans. Like we have to do better for ourselves, our businesses, and our families. So I'm just championing the cause and pushing people to make sure you have life insurance, make sure you have, and people wait to institute stuff, and we can't. You can't wait to have life insurance. You can't wait, and if you don't have stuff, it's okay to backtrack and fill in gaps in gray areas, because you do not want to get caught slipping. You don't want something to happen and then you not have what you need in place. Or God forbid, if anything happened to you, I tell people a lot, like, you want to have something where if anything happened to you, your family doesn't have to not only grieve your loss and be traumatized in a manner of speaking, having to deal with your loss, but then they're burdened financially with trying to lay you to rest in a way that you deserve. And that's something that I wouldn't want my family to have to deal with, because it ends up, traumatizing them, like, because they have to go to GoFundMe and they have to ask people for help and all of that, and it strips away at people and really does do damage to them while they're already trying to navigate through grieving. So I think it's very important to make sure that you have a plan. And I mean, for everything, I tell y'all, for the way that you grocery shop, for how you're going to get your kids into college, teaching them about business, how to do particular things and leverage their own gifts and skills. This is the time when you need to partner with somebody that's a visionary, not just a coach, but a visionary. And not all coaches are visionaries. And that is the issue with many people that are stepping into different.
So she knows that the need is there. And that's the thing, y'all. We are sitting on so many gifts, skills, talents, and abilities, right? And one thing I know for sure, the business landscape is changing. I've said that a lot of different times, and I just feel it, that the business landscape is changing. That when you are really standing up inside of what it is that you're doing in business, like some of the stuff that people are learning to do is very antiquated. It just is. It's very antiquated. And we a lot of times are beyond the eight ball. And y'all know, y'all are black people. We black people are beyond the eight ball a lot of times, black and brown people. Um beyond the eight ball because we've not learned the things that have been taught. And their business is strategic. It's not emotional, honestly. Business is very strategic. And so as we begin to really delve inside of what it is that we're supposed to be doing in business, you have to be able to have clear cut strategy so that you can take it to the next level and that you can really show up inside of. It's funny, I think that Facebook that froze. I wasn't frozen. I was letting y'all hear from Sharmella. Like she froze because I wasn't saying that, and I was letting y'all hear from sis. But definitely, we have to be in a space of what it is that we're doing in life and business, and we have to look at the fact that what we are learning a lot of times, specifically if you like, I do believe in high ticket. I do believe in that, but you have to look at the way that the world is going, right? And if most people, their income cap is, it's like when you work with high ticket people, and I'm talking like 5K and up, 3K and up, then that's not going to be the masses. That's not going to be the masses. And that's going to be literally a strategic amount of people because everybody cannot, well, people can afford what they want to afford. Everybody's not willing to invest at the 3K, 5K, 10K, 20K level. Yeah. And that's a whole different thing. The masses are going to be able to invest at what they figure is a lower ticket. So if you have a high ticket strategy and you want to say for example you want to make $20,000. Well, you can make that by charging $5,000 to four people. But that's four people versus however many people you're currently working with now if you're not charging that. And so as we look at these things and we really look at what it means to be stuck in business, you're not stuck. You may be making money, um, but you may be inconsistent. And so because you feel inconsistent, then your stuckness is really not being stuck, it's being inconsistent. Because you have to be able to show up all honestly, specifically for those of us who are full-time people in business. Now, if you have a job and you have a side hustle, or however you want to say, if that's not your main thing, then you can do what you want to do because that's not your main income source. But if your main income source is one that you have to get out here and you know that you're supposed to be making a certain amount of money for your kids and your life and all the stuff, then you got to go out here and you have to be able to make the money. Like, business is so black and white. It really literally is. And I think that we kind of play in the gray with it a lot, but it's not a gray thing. Business takes all the emotions out. It really does. And we as women are full of emotions. I was emotional today about some stuff that had to do with my own business. But I understand that I have to get back up from it, and I could cry for a little while, but then it's time to, because my bills have no emotions. My car payment has no emotions. My rent has no emotions. It is due when it's due, and that's it. I can't be emotional. Go ahead, Sharmella.
It's funny because it makes me think like believers are the only ones that have issues investing in themselves because the world will do it. The world will go get a coach. They will go get a mentor. They will have multiple mentors. They will take the higher ticket because they know they get, a certain level of access at the high ticket tiers. They will save. They will do whatever they have to do to make sure they have access to particular programs and places and spaces. Cardone and his wife and circles that are kind of like that. That more lean towards philanthropy, business, and an influencer kind of spaces. And there's this also boxed in mentality that keeps believers from investing in themselves because they feel like they don't belong in spaces where the world is actually at. And those are the places and spaces that we're called to in order to be a light there. And what happens is there's this cycle of believe God and only do enough to make myself feel okay about not obeying completely. Like I'm gonna do particular things, and my business is going to kind of plateau, and it's going to get to a certain point, but I'm not going to do what I could do to invest in myself and my business and partner with somebody in PR, or partner with and actually invest in where your business is going. I mean, real advertising, also in the newspaper, because a lot of the old school ways still actually work. There's this level of people will quote over and over again, faith without works is dead, and faith without works is dead. And I sit there and I watch sometimes, and it's like, you do know that works actually means work, right? It means works, plural. That you're going to have to do multiple things in partnership and in activation of your faith in order for the will of God to be made manifest. It's literally going to take your participation. It's not going to manifest if you are not participating. And it's shocking the level of entitlement that there is. Because it's if you're going to expect God to be a genie and make particular things happen for you, then you're definitely not going to want to, you'll be looking at people if we can't give you some kind of microwave, it's my money and I want it now solution to how to build and scale your business, then we're not worth it. But the world will work for a thing. The world will pay $3,000 to $5,000 plus to have the right coach, to have the right mentor that they know has what they need on the inside of their belly, and they will glean from them. What you'll see is you'll see a biblical thing. There's literally impartation that happens. They will do the work and they'll show how hungry that they are to sit under particular mentors, and they will glean everything from them, and then they go and run successful startups. But we have to figure out as a body overall, especially with Black women, why there's such a disconnect. Why do we constantly plateau in our businesses and then give up and go back to whatever job that we had before? Why do we not want to collaborate and partner with other women? Why do we feel like the strengths that make another woman unique are something that make us inferior? Why do we have these types of feelings? Because they're keeping us from gleaning what we need to go to the next level. And then people feel stuck. It's this is how you move forward. You invest in the right mentor. And you stop cheating yourself and thinking that you know it all and that you have all the answers and God is going to give you supernatural, everything. He's not going to do that, because other people are meant to prune you and cultivate you. That's how his handiwork starts to come and be made manifest as well. It's not stuff that's just supernaturally happening on the inside of you. It's literally you maturing and evolving and making an effort to grow and change and owning your own dysfunction and being in therapy and all of that. That's how you come out of stuck places in business, is you allow God to prune you and you do the necessary work to come out from that. Otherwise, what we see is people laying, like the man that got healed at the pool of Bethesda. You're just laying there and you're like, I'm waiting. I can't get to the water because, you could, had you crawled over there, you could, had you dug your hands into the dirt and drug yourself over there to it. But there's a level of desperation for your next season that has to be in place for you to be that humble, for you to have a woman with the issue of blood moment where it's I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make sure that my business bears fruit. And as long as I'm in alignment with the will of God, I'm not going to try to make my father out to be a genie and want him to give me stuff like a microwave, when parents are supposed to parent their children and groom them to understand that their growth is found in hard places. So we can't expect for God to deal with us any way that's different from how we would parent our own children. So once we really commit to ourselves that we're going to do the work, and we start partnering with the right people who have the blueprint for our future and being humble enough to do that, we're going to see Black women all over the world popping up with 6 figures here, 6 figures there. You're going to see a completely Black cover of Time magazine with Black women who all became 6-figure earners in the same year. That's the type of supernatural thing that the Lord wants us to put out there. where you have magazine covers with Black women that people have never even heard of that seem like they were plucked up out of obscurity, but it's God breathing on their businesses because they're in alignment. So I just want you all to make sure that you glean everything that you're able to when Dr. Stevie has her rooms. Every time she has a room, y'all need to be in here. You need to not get sick of talking about money, because money answers all things. It's the love of money, which is the root of all evil. But if you understand that money answers all things, including the impact that you want to have on other people, you're going to be present when she has these rooms. You're going to make the effort to invest in her high ticket program. And you are going to partner with the vision that she has. And you're going to grow up in every form and facet and not be afraid of money so that you can make money. Because scared money is not going to bring scared money to it. Scared money is not going to bring money to you. Dr. Stevie.
I love that. And one thing I love for sure I love that we're doing for sure, like we're not just saying for y'all to partner. Sharmella is definitely um partnering with me as part of my coaching team for my high ticket program. So it is definitely going to be a space. That's why I'm like, y'all need to go to workwithstevie.com, because we are taking things to the next level. There's certain things I could tell you how to make money all day long, but I'm not here for the intricate places where you need to go in a plan, because there's some steps to the plan that I just kind of leave out. And I just move in like I move very fast. But Shamela is going to be able to look at your individualistic selves and say, okay, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to step up. And we also, like Angela Gardner, who a lot of you all know, she's part of my coaching team as well. So I love that I'm able to partner with these women. Another young lady, Ioka, Yeshua, she is part of it as well. And we're about to do some amazing things, not just in the coaching space, like in my program, but also in events. And God has given me a whole outlook on things. We're also going to be doing some campus tours and some different things. So if I were you, I definitely would go to that link. If I were you, I would definitely make sure that you are becoming part, and let's have a conversation about what we can do to help move your business forward. Because if you're stuck in business, that means that you've not seen all areas of it, because there's no need to be stuck. It means that you just haven't navigated all the places and spaces. Thank you, my love. Now she put it up there for us in the room. And so for y'all on Facebook and on YouTube, I'll put it here for you. But yes, workwithstevie.com will take you where you need to go. And I'm literally looking forward to having some great conversations with you so that we can take it to the next level. Um, what I want to do, honestly, on Clubhouse, I do want to do our Q&A here on Clubhouse. If you all are on Facebook or on YouTube, we are about to close the space in just a moment on Facebook and YouTube so that we can get some folks unstuck. And I believe the greatest place to do that is in a place where we can have back and forth conversation. So if you are on a different place, and that's the link for you, Facebook and YouTube. But if you're on a different space and you're here live, and we have replays on all the spaces, which is amazing, but you can definitely come over here and we can have a conversation. And so let's see what the comments are. On the way, Tiasha said she on the way. I know that's right, girl. Come on over here. Everybody come on over here who's on YouTube and Facebook so we can have a Q&A. We can have some conversation because the enemy wants y'all to stay stuck, but we getting y'all like unstuck. We're going to tell you because literally it might be a word that somebody says. I feel like some people have gotten unstuck in the room even on tonight. So yes and yeah, it's no need to be everybody stuck. That's crazy. We do have businesses, so there some of the resources might be to go buy a book or go get a strategy session or go do something, but there are also some resources that literally we might pray our way through, because business, is not the answer for each and everything. So I'm going to sign off Facebook and YouTube by literally saying what I always say, and then Clubhouse will come into the Q&A. But you guys go to workwithstevie.com on Facebook and YouTube. Whether you're live or on the replay, it is all good. That link always works. Then over here on let me put it here. I'll put it in the comment section as well so y'all can just click it. That's easier for y'all. And what I want to say is to make it a great day. Don't have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you, and yes, all of y'all on Facebook and YouTube too have the power to do so. I'll see you on Clubhouse for the Q&A. Bye.